And we're back. Welcome again to the Black Belt Rebellion. This is my second part of my second Q&A answers. First we did some questions by Tony Lee, then we did some from Said Cosmos, and we did some from Steven Satanas, and then we did some from Misfit. Now we're on to my buddy Takis GoreStoned. Mr. GoreStoned loves to barrage me with a ton of questions. So here we go. First he says, what foods or drinks do you like to get the most often? I'm a sucker for pizza, Subway, Taco Bell. I love me that Gordita Crunch combo, so good. Or those new Doritos tacos. Love that shit. I always fucking pile on my medium border sauce on my fry supreme and stuff too. As for drinks, if I could always have them around, I would have like my fridge stacked with what's called Red Rain. It is a Coca-Cola version of Red Bull. I don't really like Red Bull. It tastes kind of perfumey to me or whatever. I know that sounds fucking weird to you, but that's the best way I can describe it. But Red Rain is nice. It's got like this crisp, tangy citrus kind of lemon lime like bite to it, and it's fantastic. It's probably really bad for you, but it tastes so good. And then I would definitely pack my friggin' fridge with Monster Assault, the red Monster. The green one, I used to like that a lot, but it still has that kind of perfumey taste that Red Bull has going on. So I'd probably just pack it up with the Assault one, which is I think a fruit punch. I don't know, but it's slightly carbonated. It's slightly fruity, and it mostly kicks ass. And I don't know, man. Kids, they drain the energy right out of you. So, oh man, I need so many energy drinks. And when I can't afford energy drinks, I just drink coffees back to back. Just 2 sugar, 2 cream, boom. Lots of coffee. For non-energy drinks, I should probably also mention that I enjoy Mountain Dew. Mountain Dew is really good. I like Pepsi Lime. Pepsi Lime is really good. And Gatorade. I really like my Gatorade and Powerade stuff like this. Especially on hot summer days. Yes, we have hot summer days in Canada. Don't fool yourself. We don't fucking live in igloos. Sorry. We don't. Sorry to burst your bubble, Americans. We do not live in igloos. Okay? We're basically just like New York for temperature most of the time. Unless you get way up into like the Yukon territories or Northwest territories near Iqaluit and the fucking Arctic. Okay? But for the most part, we have the same weather as New York. What else we have here by Mr. GoreStoned? We've got, Would you describe by acting the way you feel about metal? Okay. That's how I feel about metal. And thank you for messing up my hair, because now I'm gonna have to spend like 2 minutes getting out of this. Alright, so that's how I feel about metal. By acting it out. Next, what's the 5 strongest bands you'll ever suggest to anyone? Well, if I was to suggest 5 bands to anyone to check out, and I didn't know what they were into, and it could be anything, I would suggest these 5 bands. I would suggest Black Sabbath right off the start, because anyone who's anyone should know who Black Sabbath is and love them, because the riffs they made were great. Ozzy Osbourne's vocals back in the day were fantastic, and just every song they put out up until Never Say Die was perfect. Next, I would recommend 6 Feet Under, because they were the band that got me into death metal to begin with. If it wasn't for 6 Feet Under's Bringer of Blood album, I might not have gotten into the bands I got into this quickly. Next, I would recommend Rob Zombie, just because he's the fucking man. I love his kind of like industrial, nu metal, grungy kind of uh, um, just electronic type of music that he does. His beats are really catchy. He has memorable lyrics like "Living Dead Girl," "Dig through the ditches and burn through the fucking," like, come on, Rob Zombie, man. That is one of the biggest bands I'd ever recommend to anyone if I didn't know what genre of music they were into. And White Zombie, even better. That shit was amazing. So yeah, Rob and White Zombie. Next, if I want to get into the heavier stuff, I would recommend Satyricon, because they started out with some cool medieval sounding black metal, and then they moved on to black and roll, and their genres throughout their musical career have changed, but are still equally as good for different reasons. So I recommend that. And finally, if they're into want to get to something even heavier and crazier, I would send them towards Acranius, because their first album, When Mutation Becomes Homicidal, was the best slam with deathcore elements, mostly slam with the odd deathcore element, that you could ever listen to. The fucking bass and double kicks are crushing. The guy's vocals are just aggressive and low and mean and are full of testosterone and balls. They've got balls for days. The riffs are fun. They're heavy. They're bouncy. They've got good grooves. And then their second album just is straight up, pretty much just brutal death metal with the odd kind of harken back to their first album with the odd slamcore riff. It's fantastic. All 5 of those bands are probably some of the best of their genres. And yeah, so those bands. Next, for the 5th question, he says, seems like many subgenres of metal are being made recently. If you were to create a new one, what would that genre be? Well, there's already 1 or 2 bands that are just starting to do this, and everyone's gonna look at me like I fucking have 3 heads, but black slam, blackened slamming death metal. That would be fantastic. Just take shit like, I don't know, man. Just take stuff that's got like that old Norwegian kind of black metal dissonant riffs and war metal riffs, and then bam, hit it with a slam or 2, cut from like those raspy black metal vocals and just go straight into like the guttural slams and fucking just just do it. I would be blown away. It would be like my 2 favorite genres fucking and just coming out with like the best genre ever, in my opinion. And the next question he asks, would you growl right now? I would love to hear it. Well, I kind of just did, but growls. I could try doing my black metal screams right now, but it might be really loud, so I'm just gonna. That's the best I can do right now, off the top of my head. I probably just woke up the wife. She's trying to have a nap right now, so I probably get my ass kicked later for that. But there it is. I hope it didn't blow out your eardrums. I hope it didn't suck too much. That's what happens when you put people on the spot. I would probably need a few minutes of warming up. But there it is. There's one more question I'm going to do before I cut this out. It's at the 9-minute mark right now, but thank you, Takis GoreStoned, for your questions. Hope that amused you. Cheers, bud. Next, and finally for this video, is Mr.Slendykins Sockman. That was an amazing username, man. What the fuck? Kudos. He says, what are the go-to clothes for whenever you plan on going out? Shirt, accessories, etc. I don't really plan it. The only thing I really plan is like, I try to match my clothing colors to the best of my abilities. Like, I don't try to clash or wear something that doesn't really match. I like to somewhat have a theme going on, whether it's just black with one other color, or like a hat with a certain type of clothes I'm wearing. Like with my black metal, I either don't wear a hat, or I wear my black metal hat, or I wear my Takis hat that I got made recently, and I try to wear like my cross or my spikes or some shit with it. I've got like a bunch of those pyramid stud belts, and I've got a few buckles. Today I'm wearing my 666 belt buckle. I don't know if you can see that or not. With my red belt, studded belt. Sometimes I might wear a wallet chain. I got like a kind of motorcycle bike chain, as opposed to like those linked chains. So I got that going on. I was thinking at one point maybe buying a chainsaw chain with the little bladey things on it, and maybe soaking it in some degreaser so I get all the grease out of it so it doesn't get all of my fucking pants, and then link that up to my wallet. But I don't know, man. I might be I might be arrested for that shit, so I don't know. I don't know if I want to chance that. The rules up here in Canada for things that could be possibly weapons are really fucking ridiculous. Like if I walk out with these out there, these are almost 2-inch spikes. And if I, rub a cop the wrong way, he might see these and, bend my ass over the hood of his car. So I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know the rules on that shit. But I wouldn't mind having a chainsaw wallet chain that dangle down. That would be cool. I got the idea from the movie Joyride, where Rusty Nail fucking takes his wallet chain and just saws off someone's head with it. I think through the mouth too. So it's like pretty brutal. Yeah, that'd be cool. But basically that. Mostly wear is my cross here, my fucking spikes, my belt buckle and stuff. I don't really try to go out of my way. I mean, I got my, hats. I got crap from someone in the comment section for having a hip hop hat with black metal on it. Fuck off. I can wear the fuck I want to wear. If you don't like it, don't wear it. I'm not a runway model, okay? I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I feel like wearing. This isn't a hip hop hat. This is just some random blank hat that I got made up at the local lids, okay? It's not hip hop. It's just a flat brim snapback that I happen to put black metal on because I like black metal, and I'm different. I like to do different things, okay? So crawl out of my ass, okay? Just don't worry about what I'm wearing. Worry about what you're wearing. To that guy that was like, "Oh, you're making fun of people's fashion while wearing a hip hop hat with black metal on it." I don't care. I do not care about your opinion. I'm sorry. I'm gonna wear what I want to wear. And yes, I'm allowed to critique black metal bands in videos when they wear shit that annoys me. I don't, go ahead, make fun of my hat. Good for you. I do not care. Sorry. But anyways, enough of that. Thank you, Mr.Slendykins Sockman, for that question. You got me to ramble. Good job. Your question was definitely interesting and was not expecting that. That's it for this video. Stick around for part 3, and stay sick. And if anyone gives you shit, tell them to fuck off. Just like you, mister, who was making fun of my hat. You can fuck off.